Welcome to Optimal Timelines. My name is Sean, and this is going to be your monthly Tarotscope reading for July 2023 for your North Node by sign and house. Now, if you're new to my channel, the reason I use the North Node in readings as opposed to your Sun, Moon, or Ascendant sign is that it's recognized in astrology that your North Node is your North Star. It's your soul path. It's what you're here to learn and experience in this lifetime. So it's much more relevant to your life than your sun, moon, or ascendant sign. In addition, you have much more in common with those that share your north node as opposed to your sun, moon, or ascendant. Now, this is a big month this month because the collective north node is changing from north node in Taurus, south node Scorpio into north node in Aries, south node in Libra, and that's going to take place on July 17th. So the whole collective, this affects everybody. And there are going to be some separate videos that I'm going to shoot out the middle of this month that's going to cover what each North Node is learning for this particular nodal shift that's going to take place on July 17th. But for now, this is going to be your monthly Tarotscope reading. While I'm shuffling, I want to invite you to take some deep breaths, relax, close your eyes if you wish, and open up your heart and mind to any information that could be relevant to you. So I'm going to connect to the energies and then we can begin. I call upon my spirit guides and my guardians and the wisdom of my ancestors to bring forth the information that's true and correct for all who see this reading, that it may bring them the most beautiful, happy life possible and set them on their most optimal future timeline. So may it be. Okay, so this is going to be a monthly Tarotscope reading for July 2023 for everybody with their North Node in Leo and or the fifth house. Okay, so the spread on this side of the temple represents the first half of the month from the 1st to the 15th, and then this side represents the second half of the month from the 16th on. Now, obviously, this isn't all that's going to happen in your life. This is just the main points and themes that relate to your North Node and your soul path. Now, your overall theme card is the reversed Three of Cups. And I'm going to relate this because this is referring definitely to your North Node in Leo and or the fifth house. But this is relating to the theme of how is best to deal with the situations that are unfolding this month. So we'll start with the first 2 weeks. Your timeline cards are the King of Pentacles reversed, you've got the Ace of Pentacles, and you've got the Eight of Pentacles. Now, what I'm seeing for a lot of you, the vast majority of you in this, is there's some situation that has to do with what you do on a daily basis, particularly for a living or for a career. So work. And I feel like it has to do with work, money, finances, everything to do with, like salaries, things like that, bosses. And there's a situation that's coming in to where some of you could be facing challenges in that area. Challenges everything from like, I really don't like what I do anymore, or I don't think I'm being appreciated in, my job, or you feel like maybe you're stuck in a dead end job, or something to do with what you do every day. Even if you're not actually working for someone. When I say work, that means whatever you do on a daily basis. You work for yourself. Are you a stay-at-home parent or whatever it is? That is a job, okay? Whatever you do, but there's some sort of an issue with that, and it's tied up with work and money and finances, okay? Whatever the situation is, what it could happen, and what I want to, help you not go back into any old patterns with is your advice cards are the reversed Hierophant and the reversed Six of Swords. Okay. This is saying that what's really critical with the first 2 weeks is not to do the same or do the same things that you always do, whatever that is. Maybe it's thinking about things in the same way or taking the same actions or inactions. That's what the Hierophant is. This is traditions. This is traditional ways of being, and it's reversed. So it's saying like these are wanting to change out of your life. You're wanting to look at your life situation in new ways in order to change. It's changing patterns. The other thing, this is also relating to patterns because the Six of Swords is moving away from troubled waters to better shores. So moving away, but it's reversed. And so some of you may be having trouble of moving away from old patterns. Here, the way we all have this situation. Okay, we all have patterns, both good and bad. So we've acquired good patterns, like over our lifetime. Like some people are, get a work ethic going, or they get a pattern of eating and exercise, or whatever. We have good patterns and bad patterns. Okay, they can be changed and adjusted at any time. Okay, we all have them when we all have negative ones. So how do you change a pattern? It's two steps. The first step is don't change the pattern. The first step is recognizing it's a pattern. So if a situation comes up, if you all you have to do, and that, I mean, it sounds easy and simple, but it's not. The way you recognize a pattern is, let's say there's a situation that comes up. Pause for a moment and say, okay, what is your normal reaction? Like, what does your mind and heart and soul tell you to do? Okay. And then ask yourself, you don't necessarily do the opposite, but what you do is you ask yourself, okay, have I been doing this, something similar to this for a long time? If the answer is yes, you're saying, well, could I change that pattern? Does this work all the time? Is it really working for me? Because our patterns are irresistible. They're like comfort zones. So when a situation comes up, whatever this is for work or whatever you do on a daily basis, when it comes up, ask yourself, okay, how it is you want to react, and then see what pattern, what you come up with. Then what you do is you question that. Okay, that's recognizing if there's a pattern you need to change. Then if you say, you know what, like I always do it this way, think of, okay, how can I do it differently? So the step two is, after you recognize that there's a pattern and you recognize there's a way to possibly change it, then you make a choice to change it in some way. And a lot of times when we make a choice to change a pattern, we might, like, let's say, okay, I recognize it and I want to change it. Our first change, maybe it doesn't work perfectly, but you adjust it. That's why you just, like, repeat step one and go to two again. Okay. So it's like, that's what this is saying, is like, whatever this is, recognize the patterns and see what it is you need to change, because I guarantee you there's some patterns that want to change in this. And when you do that, you'll find yourself moving away to better times and better waters. Okay. Now, what can help you in this, and this is where the Three of Cups comes in, and this is definitely, you know, celebratory, energy. It's an energy of celebration. It's an energy of passion and enjoyment of life. This is your North Node, in Leo in the fifth house. Using your creativity. Maybe it's like, you know, using anything to do with what Leo stands for, your courage, your creativity, um, your willingness to be open hearted and to move toward more of heart forward, as opposed to your south node being an Aquarius, so more mind and logic focused. But that's what this is saying. So first half, of the month, whatever the situation is that has to do with what you do every day, work and so on, recognize the patterns that can change, and then what you're going to change them to is something to do with your Leo North Node. Creativity, courage, passion. That might mean like maybe you're in a rut or whatever. And so you might say, like, okay, logic tells you, well, I'm just going to stay where I'm at because blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's what you've always done. Maybe it's time to say, you know what, I'm going to put my resume out there. I'm going to do this, or I'm going to start that business, or whatever it is for you. Because if your North Node's in Leo or the fifth house, you are given the opportunity to be seen and to be successful, to be a leader. Okay, this is one of the North Nodes that has uh, more of a chance for fame and recognition. Okay, even though that sounds, might seem really weird to a lot of you with your South Node in Aquarius, or the 11th house. But anyway, that's what the key is for the first half of the month. Now, the second half, your timeline cards are: you've got the Two of Wands, you've got the Chariot card, and you've got the Queen of Wands reversed. Now, what this is saying and what's happening is it's relating to the first half of the month, but after you're able to, let's say, recognize the patterns and see where you need to change them, what the Two of Wands is saying is it's time to really figure out what you want. Okay. And again, this is an ongoing theme for people with their Leo South Node or Leo in the fifth house. What is it? What is your passion? What is it you truly want in your heart of hearts? And make goals and plans in your mind, even if it's just like get wild in your mind. Like what would really be, like they say a lot of times, what would you do with your life if money wasn't an issue? That's one way people say to find your passion. But just really start thinking about, even if it doesn't seem practical, just in your mind, start thinking about that. Jot down some ideas. But if you start looking toward that, it'll become more and more of a reality. And then the Chariot card is saying, this is about like moving forward with whatever this is, beginning to move forward. Like maybe let's say, what does moving forward mean? Does it mean you have to like quit exactly whatever you're doing and invest, $5,000, $10,000 in something? And no, it doesn't mean that. What beginning to move forward toward that is figuring out what you want to do, right? Just figure it out, and then maybe just start researching on the internet. That's taking a step forward. You don't need to, it doesn't need to be scary. It could just be like, start dreaming that, like start saying, like maybe I could do that. Just start researching it. That's also a step, but just start taking steps toward that. Okay. And then, with the reversed Queen of Wands, this is saying like, this is relating to the other two advice cards over here. So you've got the Temperance card reversed, and you've got the Knight of Swords reversed. What this is saying is that what I feel is, whatever it is you feel like you want to do, keep it to yourself for now. Don't tell a lot of people around you. Like, if you can really keep it to yourself, have it as an inner fire and an inner passion. That's also relating to the Three of Cups reversed. That's why it's reversed. Is that you want to have the celebration of life and the passion and celebrating with people, but it's reversed. Is there's certain things that you do want to be reserved with, and it's because that this is whatever it is you're dreaming of wanting to achieve, it's still in its beginning phases. And the reason that the Queen of Wands is reversed is that inner spark. Like, I can just say, many an inner fire or inner spark have been snuffed out by so-called well-meaning people. Okay. um And I think we've all experienced that. Like, for example, we really feel excited and passionate about something in our life, and it's just in its beginning stages or whatever it is. We're feeling passionate about something, and then we relay it to someone, and then they react in kind of like a meh or like a negative way, and it's like pouring cold water on that spark or that small flame. That's what this is saying. Don't share this quite yet, because what you want to do is you want to build on it. This is looking to where you want to go. Take some initial steps, but keep it to yourself. The Knight of Swords reversed. Hold your horses. Don't charge in and let everyone know what you're doing. Temperance. Just be balanced in this. Be temperate in who you share this information with. I would say don't share it with anybody. Just develop it within yourself right now. There will come a time when you can share it, because I feel they'll be like allies for you down the road. But it's really critical that when any of the north nodes where you have to initiate an inner fire or inner spark, it's really important. It's like it's very hard once a huge fire is burning, that you can't just like douse that out. It takes many people and lots of water to douse that fire. But a small little fire or spark, that's easy. I mean, you could snuff that out with your fingers, or someone could do that. So you're at the beginning stages of building this, and so keep it to yourself, build it within, and there will be a time, okay, to do that. So remember, you want to change your patterns, okay, the first half of the month, and change them into more of Leo North Node things or fifth house North Node things, and begin to look the second half of the month where your passions are, where you want to go in life, but keep it to yourself, keep it under wraps, but start taking steps forward, okay? And when you do this, you're going to start to get really excited about where it is you want to go. You got to find your passion in life, because remember, that is what you have to do. Your passion is something that needs to be shared in some aspect with the world, okay? And when you find that, everything that you ever really wanted in life, you will be able to achieve, okay? So anyway, I hope this reading was helpful to you. Thank you so much for watching, liking, sharing, and subscribing. If you could hit that like button, it really helps out the channel, and I would love that because it helps the algorithms. If you'd like a personal reading, there's going to be a link in the description box below. And yeah, thanks for watching. Say hi to me in the comments. That also helps the algorithms. And we will see you on some more videos. Make it a great month. Many blessings.